So somehow it's third week. I don't really know where the term has gone so far. I'm just kind of trudging along, I think is going to be the theme of this video. It's been a manic couple of days. I had an essay due on Thursday, and I've only just discovered that second year is a really dense timetable in terms of contact hours. So in my first year of doing Spanish at Oxford, I had maybe 10 contact hours a week, and that was a mixture of lectures, tutorials, classes, the lot. This term it seems to have gone up to about 14 or 15, so I'm having to do the tricky job of balancing which lectures I go to, which I miss out on, and so this meant that a lot of my essay writing this week has been done in the middle of the night and has led to a lot of sleep deprivation, but I'm still managing. Something Oxford teaches you is to find a way around things. If you've only had 5 hours sleep for a couple of days, you just somehow end up powering through, getting on to the next day, and it's a nice feeling of everyone being in the same boat. So though on the one hand, there have been some times of really having to dig deep and pull through, it's kind of been a typical Oxford week. This is what we get used to sometimes. I've also had a lot of social things on this week. I am involved in the Lincoln College musical review, which is taking place in 2 weeks' time. I'm incredibly excited. We've been doing rehearsals, and I've been going along to some of those to film some clips for publicity. I've been making flyers and posters and doing a lot of plugging on social media to try and get people to come and see the musical. I think something that I need to definitely learn to balance a bit better about Oxford life, and this is kind of a running theme that comes through Oxvlog, I feel, is something that I saw in Josh's video when he talked about being welfare officer and having to balance his social commitments, his role as a welfare officer, and obviously the academic side of your degree. So I think I need to try and learn over the next couple of weeks, and you'll see whether this is successful or not, to try and say no to a couple more things, to try and have a bit more time for myself, a bit more time to see my friends. I always feel bad saying no to things because I feel like Oxford has so much to offer that if I say, oh, I can't go and see that play, or I can't meet up with some friends this evening because I've got to sit in a library and get some reading done, it feels like there's way too much to do and you don't want to miss out on anything. So hopefully I'll learn to master this skill a little bit better over the course of term so that I don't end up having to write all of my essays really late in the evening. It's worth stressing though that not all of Oxford life is sleep deprivation and work and spending time in the library. I've also been on some walks this week to Christchurch Meadows. Brief little interlude of my footage in Christchurch Meadows. I watched the Great British Bake Off with my friends again, and I went on a night out to Emporium on Friday. I also did 3 hours of peer support training on a Tuesday afternoon. So throughout term I'll be doing peer support training every Tuesday, and so that's a little bit of a pull on my time, but it's so rewarding. I really like learning more about how to help people. For example, this week we were dealing with communication skills and how to be open to other people coming to speak to you, and sort of the approach that you have towards asking questions and trying to help people more generally. So that's a really worthwhile thing that I'm doing in Oxford at the moment. It's also got to the stage where doing things like laundry and vacuuming and doing my washing up is actually quite a relief from some of the more taxing stuff. So sometimes just keeping normal things ticking over is really important in Oxford life. My exercise regime has totally gone out the window over the past fortnight, but getting back into that will really help me, as well as just seeing friends in the evening. Trying to stay grounded is a bit of a running theme of this week. There has been lots of cups of tea involved. There's been lots of nice food. I've been to G&D's. They do a Bailey's ice cream in G&D's, which I find wonderful. I also went to the launch of the Oxford Mental Health Support Network, so that was really great. They had lots of different societies there and just different support services for mental health issues. So there was Mind, there was SUSCAM, there's the Disabilities Advice Service, as well as a really brilliant campaign that I heard about called It Gets Brighter, which is an online video platform. It's a website where students and anyone really, they've got a couple of celebrities on the project too, record a quick couple of minute videos of messages of hope and support to those experiencing any kind of difficulty, which I thought was a really wonderful scheme. I'd really like to get involved in It Gets Brighter. Generally it was a really, really nice launch. Each different support service got to speak a little bit about what they offer. There was also a quick talk from people from the counselling service and from the student advice service at Oxford. I'd really like to do a video on Oxvlog about all of the different support services in Oxford. Watch this space for that. In the meantime, I'm sorry that's been a bit of a rambling mess. It's the things that came into my head when I thought about how this week's gone. I've also recorded some clips of me in Oxford throughout the week, so I hope you'll enjoy those. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos this week from the Oxvloggers. Take care, see you in 2 weeks' time. And here we've got the view as I walk into my accommodation. I'm very lucky because I get to live in college this year as part of my role as welfare officer, so I'm accessible to the freshers. As you can see, there's a lot of stairs. We will eventually get to my room, which I've tried to do up really nicely so that it's kind of approachable and people feel like they'll have a nice time in there. And this is my new home. So this is the view from my window in college. It's called Grove Quad at Lincoln and it's very nice and green. We sit out here and eat our lunch in the summer. I've also sat my own flower pot. So this is the walk from Lincoln along Tull Street heading towards the Oxford Union. I had to return a couple of books and I thought it might be worth filming a bit of my daily journey around Oxford. So this is the entrance to the Oxford Union. It's the Oxford University Debating Society. It's also got a really lovely library. It's a nice place to work and there are some really pretty buildings here. A bit of busking on Corn Market to finish off this week's vlog.